This webinar is informational instructions for all individual tenants in a chapter property with RPG regarding winter break closing. There's a few things individuals should consider when preparing to be gone for winter break, such as being mindful of attending your chapter house meeting that reviews over the procedure for winter break, often held by your house manager or house director. You should participate in a house cleaning with your chapter members. Many hands make light work. This is especially important for common areas like your kitchen, laundry rooms, and chapter rooms. Verify what your plans are for next semester, if you're returning to school or not. That is helpful information to go ahead and proactively consider and communicate if your plans have changed. Further, if you have a need to stay at the property after winter break closing or before it opens, you can submit a break occupancy request if needed. It is important to know that you will not be able to enter the house at all during break. No exceptions. So when is your house closed for winter break? The screen provided shows you the highlighted dates of when your house will be closed and when it will open for the 25-26 academic year winter break. Your house promptly closes at that day, and that means you will need to be fully and occupying the space on that date. There is no exact date and time. So what do you need to do for your individual room? Of course, clean it. Make sure it's ready and generally not a mess over break. When you are away, that invites pests. So cleaning up your space will help reduce any potential pests that may want to call your room home. You should be taking valuables and vitals with you, such as medication, money, IDs or passport, and keys. Again, your house will be closed fully during break and your room will not be accessible for these items to retrieve during it. Further, take a look at any items that you may have in your kitchen, bathrooms, living rooms, making sure all your personal items are removed out of the common areas of the property as they could be disposed of if they are not properly stored in your own space. This includes any articles or materials that you are storing in other rooms that are not permitted to be used. You should be closing and locking your windows, shutting the blinds, and turning off all lights, while of course locking the room behind you. Safety and security will be important during this time where there is minimal presence at the property. Do note your rooms may be entered over winter break, whether that be for cleaning and or for maintenance items or an inspection. Further, a critical aspect is to verify that the heat is on so that you can reduce the utilities in your house. You want to make sure that you're looking at all the lights, not just in your room, all the windows, including those in living rooms or chapter rooms, making sure your thermostat is set to heat and is on at least 68 degrees. You never want to turn the heat off in your property because that could risk a frozen pipe that no one would notice while it's vacant. Think about unplugging your appliances that might be in your room, including mini fridges. If you do unplug any of those appliances, you'll want to think about keeping the door open to your mini fridge and a towel to gather any moisture while you're gone over break. We have seen mildew grow in those spaces if you unplug them and leave them closed. You will want to remove all window AC units if they are permitted at your property. You know they are permitted at your property if you do not have central air conditioning. And of course, if there are any cabinets in your house or in your room, such as the bathrooms, open those to ensure there's good airflow during the winter months. So what if you do need to stay at the house over the break? You may submit a break occupancy request. That includes if you need to leave late after the closing date, or if you need to arrive early before the house opens, or any point in between. Maybe you have a J or winter term at your school, or you need to work locally. You're welcome to submit the request to be reviewed. There is a $100 a day rent charge to stay at the property. We will accept any submissions for break closing up until your closing date. You can find the break occupancy request form linked in the communication that we have sent, as well as available on our website under the Resources and Forms page titled Break Occupancy Request. If you have any further questions, please contact our office. Note that the office may be closed for part of the winter break holiday.